Hi, kindergartners. It's Miss Thomas Moore here, and I'm ready to teach you another math lesson. It is week 4, day 2. Yesterday, you had a great lesson with Miss Cotton, and I know that you all enjoyed that. So today, we're going to talk about something new. Our lesson topic is going to have us talking about comparing. Who knows what it means when I say comparing? Did you say when we talk about how things are different? That's it. It's when we look at things and tell how they're different, or it could be how they're alike. But we're just going to compare them to see what we know about them. And today we're going to be comparing some groups of things. And while we're comparing, we're going to be using some special words. We're going to be using words like equal. We're going to be using words like fewer. We're going to use words like less and more, and also same. All of those are the words we're going to be using in our vocabulary for today's lesson. So, before we get started, what is it that you think we need to do? That's right, math and movement. So today we're going to do our playing card workout. And the way that we do playing card workout is you find a deck of cards at home that you have, any cards, and all you want to have in those are just the numbered cards. We don't want any of the face cards or the aces. That's the cards with the A on them. So you're going to take those cards and you'll just have them sitting here. If you don't have playing cards at home, then you can make your own. You can just take pieces of paper like I did here and put numbers on them. And you're going to put the numbers from 2 to 10 on your papers if you're using your own paper. And what we're going to do is that we're going to say if we pick the number 2, we're going to jump 2 times, doing 2 jumping jacks. 3 times, we're going to do our forward arm circles 3 times. If we pick 4, it's backwards arm circles. If it's 6, we're going to hop on our left foot. And if it's 7, we're going to do raise the roof 7 times. And if it's 8, we're going to hop on our right foot 8 times. And if it's 9, we're going to jog in place while we're counting to 9. And if we choose the number 10, we're going to march in place and count to 10. So we're going to be marching in place. So are you ready? First thing we got to do is we got to pick our 4 cards. So I'm going to pick the 4 cards for us to use today. First card is what? That's right. Did you say 7? 7. Our next card is, what is that? That's right, 10. Our next card, that's right, 6. And our 4th card is a 4. So we're going to start off and we're going to do 7, raise the roofs. Are you ready? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And what's our next number? 10. So that means we've got to march in place for 10, for the count of 10. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Our next number was what? 6. So that means we've got to hop on our left foot 6 times. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And our last number was what? That's right, it was 4. So we're going to do our arm circles backwards for the count of 4. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, we did it, boys and girls. We did our math with movement and got our minds and our bodies all warmed up. So, are you ready to start your lesson? So let's talk about our learning goal. Our learning goal today is I can compare 2 sets of objects by describing them as having more, fewer, or the same number of objects as the other set. So that's what we're going to look at today while we're looking at our different sets of numbers. The materials you're going to need today to help do some of the problems is just paper and pencil. So that's all you need to get. If you need to pause the video and go get your paper and pencil, do that now and push play when you come back. So let's start off with comparing. What are we going to look at? 2 groups. So look at my picture here. I have 2 groups of stars, 2 groups of red stars. How can we tell which one has fewer or which one has more? Did you say count them? That's right, count them. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. So in our first group, we have how many stars? 4. So I'm going to write the number 4 on there. How many do we have in our second set? That's right, we need to count them. 1, 2, 3. How many are in there? 3. So I'm going to write the number 3. So when we look at our two sets of numbers, one has 4 and one has 3. Which one has more? That's right, this one, because 4 is what? 4 is bigger than 3. So we have, that set has more in it. Let's look at another. I have how many magnetic linking cubes up here? Got to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 of them. Now look at what I do to these cubes. How many are there now? It's still 5. That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just moved them around. Now watch. How many are there now? It's still 5. So what you need to know is that it doesn't matter the arrangement of the objects. If it's 5 in there and we just move them around, it's still going to be 5. So it's not the arrangement that matters about how many. It's actually how many is in the set, and we need to count them. Okay? So let's take a look at this. If I have how many blue cubes? That's right, we said 5. How many yellow? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which group is more? Let's see. We said how many was here? 5. And how many are here? 7. So which one is more? The yellow is more because it has the bigger number. But if we didn't know that 7 was bigger than 5, how else could we figure it out? Did someone say we could connect them? We could. Let's see. We could draw a line to connect each one that has a partner to make them pairs. But what happens over here with the other 2 yellow? They don't have a pair. They don't have a partner. So that means when the color that has some extra that don't have a partner, they are the greater number, which means they are more. So in this picture, we have what? More yellow than blue. I'm going to challenge you a little bit. Let me see if you can tell me this. I have added another color. How many green cubes do I have? Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But we've seen that number before, haven't we? That's right, our blue. So now if I compare the green and the blue, what word would I use to describe those two? That's it. I would say that the blue and green have the same amount. But when I compare the blue to the blue has fewer than the yellow. And if I compare the yellow to the green, I say that the yellow have more than the green. All right, are we ready? All right, so we're going to try and do something more with this using our cubes. And we're going to do it on paper and on my board, okay? So the first thing I want you to do is, if you have your paper, I want you to take your blank piece of paper and fold it into 3 sections. So the way that I did mine is I laid my paper out and I folded it in and creased it, and then I folded it again on the other side and creased it. So now I have 3 sections, and in those 3 sections I'm going to write the words more, fewer, and same. So this is what your paper should look like once you get those words written down. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to go ahead and write those words. More, M-O-R-E, fewer, F-E-W-E-R, and same, S-A-M-E. Always remember, you can pause the video if you need to while you get that part done. So now that you have your paper all ready to go, I'm going to show you the first one. We're not going to worry about putting that one on the paper yet. We're just going to talk about it so you understand what you need to do. So I'm going to show you a set of cubes. My burgundy set of cubes, and it has how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I have a brown set of cubes, and it has 1, 2, 3. And then I have another set of cubes, and they're light blue, and they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now, if I'm looking at my 3 sets of cubes, what can I say about the brown? That's right, it has fewer. So I would write the color brown down under fewer. So it would look like this. I'm just going to use the letters. So I'm going to put BR for brown. So I would put BR on my paper for fewer. Now what about when I look at the burgundy and the blue? How many do they both have? They both had 5 because they were equal. So I'm going to say that the burgundy and the light blue are the same. So on my paper, I would write under same the B for burgundy and LB for light blue. So my paper would look like this. Okay? So now, these are the ones we're going to do together. I'm going to show you 2 sets of cubes, and you're going to write down where they go in the columns. So first we have red and orange. So we're going to use R and O for our letters. So let's count how many red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many orange? 1, 2. So when I'm looking at the red and the orange, how would I say the red compares to the orange? Shout it out. That's right. More. There are more red than orange. So we're going to write our R under more. And when we compare our orange to our red, it has what? That's right, fewer. So we're going to write it down on our paper. So that's what your first 2 should look like. I'm just going to do the next 2 for you while you're writing them on your paper, and then we're going to look at them together at the end. So our next colors are going to be white and blue. So let's count how many white we have. 1, 2, 3, 4. And how many blue? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so write your W. If I'm comparing how many white I have to blue, where would the white go? Write that on your paper. And where would the blue go when I'm comparing it to my white? Write it on your paper. Ready for the next one? I have yellow and green. So we're going to use a Y and a G. Count the yellow. 1, 2, 3. Count the green. 1, 2, 3. When I compare my yellow to my green, which word would I use? More, fewer, or same? Put your colors, your letter Y under which category it goes under. And then do the same for green, which is the letter G. You're going to put it where it would go. Okay, I hope everybody's done. Let's check our work. So we had started off with our R under more and our O under fewer for the first one. But when we did our blue and our white, the blue had more, so we should have our B under more and we should have our W under fewer. But when we looked at our yellow and green, What did we have here? That's right, we had both of them were the same because they both had 3. They both had 3. So now, let's look at comparing objects using pictures. So, for practice, we're going to look at this first one, and it has pencils, 2 sets of pictures of pencils. So let's count the first one. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It has 6 pencils in it. Then we have a picture that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pencils. So when we compare these two, it tells us to circle the set that has fewer. So which set has fewer? Is it the set with 6 or the set with 9? Oh, I see your brains thinking out there. That's right. It's the picture with 6. So we're going to circle our picture with 6. There are going to be other practice sets out there for you to do at home. So if you can get your parents to print it off for you, or if you can just look at it on the computer and write your answers down, it would be great practice for you to practice doing fewer, more, and same. There's also a great book out there that you can read on YouTube, and it's called Just Enough Carrots by Stuart J. Murphy. If you have the opportunity to read it, it's a great story talking about more, fewer, and the same. I hope you had a great time today. It was great seeing you all do so much thinking. Keep doing your math. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.